You know, over the weekend, U.S. Senator Ben Sasse responded to the pretty stunning reality that Joe Biden refuses to answer whether the Biden administration, should they get into power, whether the Biden-Harris AOC administration, I call it, whether they would add 4 liberal justices to the Supreme Court to try to get back a liberal majority again. Because they're facing a 6-3 conservative majority, and everybody knows it. Amy Coney Barrett is going to get confirmed. And there's really nothing they can do about it. I want to add, there's nothing Republicans can do about Democrats packing the court if they get control of the Senate, keep the House, and get the presidency. There's nothing Republicans can do. That's allowed as well. That's just as constitutional. Ben Sasse pointed out to Chris Wallace yesterday, while wearing his Nebraska sweatshirt, his Nebraska the Cornhuskers sweatshirt on Fox News Sunday. But Ben Sasse had a very powerful thing to say about what the Democrats are ultimately planning to do.
It's grotesque that Vice President Biden won't answer that really basic question. And it isn't just one branch of government. What they're really talking about, or refusing to talk about, is a suicide bombing of 2 branches of government. What they're talking about is blowing up the deliberative structure of the United States Senate by abolishing the filibuster and making it possible to turn the Senate into just another House of Representatives, where every 2 years, by a 51-49 or 49-51 majority, major portions of American life change. And they're talking about doing that to pack the Supreme Court.
A very important point, and I'm just praying that Americans are paying attention. There is a biased media. Now, interestingly, that came during Fox News Sunday. The media's role in all of this is so grotesque. That's another way to apply the media coverage. The media barely yawned when yesterday the World Health Organization has decided to start warning leaders about COVID-19 lockdowns to tackle outbreaks. All of a sudden, the World Health Organization is suggesting that COVID-19 lockdowns cause a lot of economic damage. Oh, you think? Really? Color me shocked. World Health Organization envoy Dr. David Nabarro said that we'd really rather not do it. There's significant harm caused by tight restrictions, particularly on the global economy. President Trump had a rally at the White House over the weekend. A lot of members of Blexit were there. Candace Owens, Larry Elder, a lot of people at the White House. The president was on the balcony of the White House, socially distancing, had his mask on until he began to speak. Most of the people in the crowd at the White House had their masks on as well, and listening to the president remind the world what President Joe Biden would do with our economy should he get elected.
And so we are now beginning the fastest economic recovery in history. We created a record 11.4 million jobs just in the last 4 months. That's the fastest ever. The U.S. has seen the smallest economic contraction of any major nation anywhere in the world. So we've seen the smallest going down. If you look at it, that's an incredible statement. Our opponents will crush the comeback with unscientific lockdowns. They want to lock everything down. Here we go again. They want to lock it down. No. We're not going to let it happen. We're not going to let it happen. So important you get out and vote. You got to get out and vote.
He's right. It's crucial that you get out and vote, and I am praying you do. I'm praying that this country shows up. I had a friend say he was in New Milford, Connecticut. It's about 45 minutes, half hour, 45 minutes from New York City. Trump flags everywhere. Trump signs everywhere. Everywhere you go. According to Drudge is now screaming online that the most accurate poll out there in 2016 now shows Biden is at 51.9%. Trump is at 43.4%. Most accurate poll, says the Trump-hating Drudge report. Okay, we'll see. I was talking to my pal Joey Hudson this morning about signs and flags, also Mark Davis, and I was wondering, and I believe this, for everybody that's willing to put a Trump flag in front of their house, wonder how many people feel the same way but aren't willing to put a flag up. But they don't want to be attacked. They don't want to be, I don't know, shot to death like the guy was in Denver. Did you hear about the guy at the Patriot rally? He was shot in the face and killed by a security guard that the local Denver TV station had hired to keep reporters safe. The protester, the Patriot protester, was trying to spray the guy with mace or bear spray or whatever they use at these often violent protests. The security guard, quote unquote, shot him dead right in front of everybody, right in broad daylight.